With capitalism through globalization, reaching nations without strong institutions of either private property or human rights, does this capitalism cause peace argument hold in places like Africa or the South Pacific?
I mean, my story is it depends, the capacity, so I define capitalism in terms of the institutions. And so if you don't have institutions that are supportive of competitive markets and private ownership and the means of production, I don't call it a capitalist economy. And so I'll just take a little liberty in the sense that the question was about Africa. I mean, why Africa is a tough case, at least for the story about how economic exchange might promote peace, is lots of land-based natural resources that are subject to expropriation by the state. In other words, lots of public ownership of the means of production, and those are cases that I wouldn't link to peace. And so it's a story about the institutions. If you have private ownership and competitive markets, on the whole, yes, but in natural resource-based economies, it's much more difficult for these institutions to evolve.
Would anyone else like to weigh in, or should we go to a new question?
I think that there's no way in the world that if a capitalist firm goes to Nigeria or Uganda and pays $1 a day as wage, that's going to be a thing that brings peace. On the contrary, we see that it doesn't. What happens, these particular capitalists are forging a deal with the current dictator. They work together. They oppress the people in those countries. It only increases the chance of a civil war, which is why most of the civil wars in the world are now in Africa. So I don't see how capitalism of the type that we do today can bring peace in those countries. In fact, it's just a continuation of colonialism. And it's known as new colonialism.
The problem here really is that if we believe that economic transactions allow you to promote peace by signaling your resolve and help you resolve your disputes, but the kind of globalization that develops in Africa is never truly the same as the type of globalization that we develop in Western Europe and the United States, because it's very much being controlled by the elite, and the free market never actually get developed. So it's pretty much, in a way, that state capitalism very much alive, and so I think we want to be careful here is that not to say that free market capitalism doesn't work, but rather the type of capitalism we observe in Africa probably is not the type of capitalism that sometimes some analysts would define that.